the United Way benefits more than 100 programs by partnering with dozens of local organizations. In a true volunteer spirit, they work to keep East Tennessee safe, healthy, housed, and supported. Now, throughout the week, we have been highlighting some of those organizations and all the great things they do. And joining us today, Ronnie Basden from Girls Inc.
Yes.
It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Okay. Girls Inc. is a special organization.
Yes,
let our
thank
viewers
you.
know what you all do.
Absolutely. So we run after-school, summer camp, and sports programs for girls throughout 3 counties in Tennessee Valley. And we really want to inspire girls to be healthy and educated and independent. So we do that a lot through after-school activities and curricula, getting them involved in team sports, and really exposing them to everything girls can do.
Yeah, and you've seen girls' lives change through this. Give us an example or a sense of how lives are changed.
Absolutely. I think the littlest bit of confidence can do a lot for a young girl to really go that much farther in her life and overall change statistics that might be facing her in her future. So we really want them exposed to everything in STEM fields or finance or mechanics, so they can feel confident walking into any field that they have a passion for. And so seeing that transformation of a girl believing she can do it and knowing that she belongs there does a world of wonders for them.
It is transformative.
It absolutely is, yes.
Well, Girls Inc. is a United Way supported agency. How did this partnership come to pass?
Absolutely. So United Way has always been a staple in the community, and as an agency, it gives you a certain reputation to be a United Way agency. You know that it's a strong vetting process, and you also know it's a reputable organization to be a part of, plus the network of other agencies you're able to build there. So we are proud to be a United Way agency, and overall incredibly thankful for the dollars that we receive from them.
Without the United Way, in partnering with Girls Inc., give us a sense of what it would mean for Girls Inc.
It would be pretty detrimental. Our programs are free to girls across the county because of United Way. So we would not be able to offer those programs to the girls that need us the most here in our own community, in our own backyard, to help them and to better help the community. So it would be a huge hit if we were not able to get the dollars and if United Way was not able to fundraise those.
Well, we appreciate all that you do and Girls Inc. does in our community.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for doing this.
Yes, we appreciate you. And during our United Way telethon yesterday, we were so excited. We raised more than $25,000, and since 10 Gives began last Thursday, you have helped us raise more than $77,000 for the United Way. You can still donate online or by buying your coffee at Pilot today or tomorrow. Beth?
Yes, Robin, served up hot or cold, you can help United Way by purchasing that cup of coffee. This Thursday and Friday, all Pilot convenience stores in Knox County will donate 50% of all coffee sales to United Way of Greater Knoxville. Last year, more than 106,000 people directly benefited from its support. That's more than enough to fill Neyland Stadium.